Yo, welcome to LaRue's Room. We have a special guest and a
Yes,
special
sir.
episode today. I actually can't wait. Can't wait. Let's introduce everybody. We'll save the best for last. So, to my right, we have DJ Hope.
What's up,
Anything?
everybody? How y'all
Crickets?
doing?
Crickets? I guess.
DJ Hope on the
Yeah,
ones and
there
twos.
we go. There
DJ
we go.
Hope on the ones and twos. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And below me, we have Mr. Q Hudson. How are you?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
It's a
Last but
great
not
day.
least, we have JB, J Banks.
Yes.
What up?
sir.
I had a
What's up,
third
JB?
name to put in there, but we wasn't gonna do that today. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. It reminds me of Kill Bill.
Dead.
You gotta. Hey, wait. Can we all do it together?
Yeah.
One.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Anything. Actually, all about soccer. Kind of want to cover Mbappe, MLS news, Premiership. We want to talk about their league as well and the Euro Cup coming up this summer. But also, we got the World Cup, so we'll touch on that a little later. But, fellas, Mbappe. I need all the Mbappe work. JB, first of all, what are your thoughts about Mbappe as far as like him leaving and joining Real Madrid and leaving PSG when PSG has nobody? Like, where we at with that, bro?
I mean, the whole saga is nuts. I mean, he's like the number one player that's gonna be moving this summer. So I know a lot of people are talking about him in general. I mean, him going from PSG to Madrid. I mean, the last I think 3 seasons. I mean, probably 4 seasons. PSG has lost multiple players over the last few years on free. So like they lost Neymar to the Saudi league for free.
Mm-hmm.
Messi left and went to the MLS for free. Mbappe's contract's up in June. They could have cashed in last year for Madrid for hundreds of millions of dollars to Madrid, but instead they decided they want to fight and keep him, and now they're going to lose him for free and not get shit out of it. I mean, PSG's been continually a club where like these high class players are coming in, and they're not getting shit out of them before they leave.
Why do you think that is?
They're not
Is it ownership? You think?
bad ownership. I mean, they're a big ass Saudi owned oil company type club where money just gets dumped into them.
Mbappe is
I
cool
mean-
too. Why would you not keep him?
I mean, Mbappe had the chance last year to leave. He was going to go. A Saudi team was going to buy Mbappe for 1 year. They were going to give this man $750 million
That's insane.
to come to for 1 year, and then they were going to let him go to Madrid afterwards. And he said, "Nah, I'm going to say." I mean, shit, they were calling that man and McPayPal or some shit. McPayPal. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
That's
I would
crazy.
the check.
I would've
For
said-
1
I
year?
mean, his
Yeah.
And move
I'll
on.
stay
It
for
was
1
like
year. I'll stay for 1
he
year.
was. They were going to pay PSG. It was like $750 million just to take him, and then they were going to give him Mbappe and like another 300 and something million for the year. I mean, shit. Neymar's contract right now. Every social media post he puts about him being in Saudi Arabia and playing soccer there, he gets $500,000 every time he makes a social media post. Like they don't give a shit about money. They're just throwing money at these players.
Yeah.
And like right now, like his contract in Madrid is unknown. I mean, it's still not like confirmed that he's going, but he keeps telling people like in interviews, like, well, I'm playing all these teams from Spain right now in the Champions League that they're still in. They're going to be seeing a lot more than me soon. So it's like he keeps saying these things, and everybody in Madrid's like, oh no, he's a great player, but he's not on our team. So, I mean, I think he would pair well with Madrid players? Absolutely. I mean, Jude Bellingham is probably the best midfielder in the world. And the kid's like in his, I think he might be 20 or 21. Unreal.
That's
I
insane.
mean, he's got Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo. He's got Tchouaméni and Camavinga, and he's got like the old school guys like Modric and Toni Kroos and a bunch of other players that are at Madrid that are just unreal. So like, what it really comes down to is that if he does go to Madrid, who's Madrid getting rid of? Because like you can't host all that talent, especially up front, and think shit's going to be sweet. I mean, you can have Vinny on the left and Mbappe down the right, down the middle, but now it's like, who the hell do you have on the right? You got all these other talented players. Like, are you going to let Rodrigo go? Because I feel like he's the bottom tier at that point. But I mean, right now with Mbappe at PSG, I mean, their coach is like actively taking him out at halftime, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, you guys need to get used to him not being here because he's the only one really scoring goals and doing shit for us. So you guys gonna start
Dang.
fucking stepping your game up."
Right.
They're
So
just preparing for the inevitable.
yeah, I mean, like he's literally been at games and like at halftime, he's up in like a press box and fully dressed and changed his clothes. He's just hanging out with his friends, watching the second half.
That's nuts. And honestly,
That is
bro,
kind of crazy.
like the way I see it too, like when you're at Real Madrid, they're gonna have to make a decision as far as paying people. Like if you're not
Oh
paying,
yeah,
these guys are leaving. I mean, they might all go to Saudi at the end of the day.
but like Madrid even came out and said, "Hey, like we would love to have Mbappe, but we're not gonna give him a contract that's gonna supersede and like push other players out. Like we're not gonna pay this man $500,000 or $600,000 a week. Like we're gonna pay him like we do every other player, like 250, 300,000, and keep him on a long extended contract so he's here for a long time, and then we can talk about progressing his pay from there." But they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna drop the ball and spend a shit ton of money on one player when we have to, make everybody else happy too."
If he's smart, bro, like
That
he'll just go ahead and roll with that because that's a great club to be part of, and they have great ownership too.
what
Smart, yeah.
Madrid's in the middle of rebuilding a whole new stadium too. I think that's like billions of dollars they're trying to
Yeah, I
fund
was
right
about
now
to
for a
say,
new
it's
stadium.
gotta be.
I wonder how much the average ticket is. You think you can look that up?
Probably gonna go.
Oh yeah, I mean tickets. I mean cost of living in general is fucking nuts.
Very high.
So I would assume.
Maybe about.
I mean, just wait till the World Cup is going to be here in 3 years. I mean,
I
they're
can't.
talking about thousands of dollars to be in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, I'll pass. I don't think I'll do that. I can hit the lotto tomorrow, and I'm still not spending that. To be honest with you.
I mean, shit.
Right.
Messi came to the MLS, and a $35 ticket to FC Cincinnati turned into $300. Did the stand in the Bailey? It was $300 to stand in the Bailey
Nah, I'm not doing that.
to watch Messi walk up and down the field. Yeah, he did. He gave them 2 assists at the very end, and they actually came coming back to win that game. But
They're winning that game, yeah, because I don't know why I did, but I bet against them.
Average
I was
price
walking
for a
out.
Real Madrid ticket is $554.49.
Goodness.
That's average ticket price. So it ranges
And that's like
between 74 to 3,120.
That's insane.
that's the top. Like it's $500. You're not even like field level. Like you're
That's
not even close to
crazy.
the field.
That's crazy.
I mean, with those ticket sales,
That's like you going to
Go ahead.
it's like as I said, that's paying $500 for like a seat there is like you going to the Reds game and you're sitting all the way at the top.
100%. Bro, you sitting by the lights.
Oh yeah,
You,
Yeah.
you can't even
Yeah.
watch the full
Players.
game.
Yeah,
you up
You got
there
binoculars
swatting
out.
moths away. You swatting moths away.
Like, who has the ball? You got the binoculars
That's a
out.
fact. That's a fact. So, and I was actually gonna touch on like while we were on the whole Mbappe train, like I just think PSG, man, like kind of what we're going back to, organization, man, they ran terribly. From a business perspective, there's no way I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
let
pretty
two of the
bad.
best players leave and not get compensated for it. Like if you want
No,
these
no.
players,
Three,
I need something.
right?
This is the third one. Yeah.
The third one.
I mean,
Yeah,
was
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
How? I mean, Messi's Messi. I was actually just
'Cause-
kind of including Neymar and Mbappe, but Messi's Messi. So
Well,
yeah.
Neymar left because him and Mbappe weren't seeing eye to eye. So Mbappe was like pretty much was like get rid of Neymar and I'll stay. So they got rid of Neymar, and now he's like, see ya, bye. Like you ain't getting
What
shit.
if that was their plan all along?
Could have been. Could have been. It just
Who-
where do you
Who
go
does
from here?
PSG have to look forward to?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I
They're
don't.
Nobody.
PSG's trying to get Marcus Rashford from Man United.
You ain't getting him.
They're talking about paying 110 million for Rashford, who hasn't done a fucking thing this season.
And Rashford, Marcus Rashford has literally been in their system since he was what 10, 12?
11.
Yeah,
He-
like
They let him in. They let him into the academy at 11. They let him in early because his mom they were dirt poor and his mom couldn't afford for him to play. So they were like, we'll let your son come in a year early so we can get you some funding. And then now he's like the Starlight Academy player and has like his MBE. He's like part of like the British Empire and shit now. And
Mhm.
like,
I'll be honest, neither side is letting go for a little while. They're gonna maximize whatever they can from a capital standpoint, in my opinion.
oh, yeah.
But
Way to do
That's
it.
wild.
moving on. I think personally, Mbappe going to Real Madrid is perfect. I think it's a perfect move for both sides because I think he knows his role. I think with PSG, it kind of like there's so much like he has to be a leader. He has to be the captain. He's got to be everybody's guy. I think with Real Madrid, he can just go and be just a guy. Still be a star, but he can be a star in his role. But
You don't
probably
think
still
he
be one
wants
of.
that responsibility?
I don't know. I mean, coming into a team like that, bro, like it's already established. So at that point, you don't need to be that guy. You can just kind of be a star in your role and still dominate and still get paid big bucks in the next 5 years because he's still young. I don't know how young he. What is he like? 26 maybe.
He's young. Mbappe?
Mm-hmm. And he's like
He's 25.
25. So yeah, I figured he was around that age, but I mean, he's still got plenty of time. I don't even think he's hit his peak, in my opinion.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No.
he's got some years, so I would just kind of be a star in your role, man, and just look for that next payday, and then go get your own team at that point. If you're gonna join a super team, in my opinion, which is Real Madrid, but you know, that's just how I feel about it. Any other thoughts on Mbappe?
Great player. Go get that. Go get that money, or
Yeah, go get it.
Go join with a good team.
Go get that
I wish I
bag.
was that good at soccer.
Me too. They're
Yes,
getting
man.
banked. They're getting banked.
I mean, he looked like a Ninja Turtle. He looks like a Ninja Turtle, but it's
Oh,
whatever.
he looks awful. He looks awful.
100%. Him and Russell Westbrook should be brothers.
And
Real Madrid,
They
they got some
probably are.
fine
the
women
three
over
of
there,
us
don't
should
they?
be brothers. At this point,
Mm-mm.
I don't look far. Let me shape on my mustache and shave all this off. I look just like him.
Get a slice of pizza.
Yep. So EuroLeague, fellas, it is starting. First match is June 14th. I'm a Portugal guy. Love Portugal. I love Ronaldo. So I think kind of we've got some notes basically that we're kind of looking at, but to JB's point, I believe this is probably the last dance for Ronaldo. Personally, I don't think he's going to survive 2026 to the World Cup and whatnot. I think this is his last run.
The GOAT.
He's the
The
GOAT.
GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Greatest of all time. It's not even close.
The GOAT. The fucking GOAT. The GOAT.
He is, bro. He is.
He's the GOAT.
It's like comparing Mbappe, not Mbappe, but Messi and Ronaldo. It's like literally LeBron and Kobe. What's your preference?
So with the big thing with those two is that Jose Mourinho said it the best. He said you have two different types of players. You have a player who grew up in the system, played with the same players from the time he was a kid to he's a grown ass man. Played in the center mid role where everybody worked around him and he just facilitated and put himself into those positions. And then you have Ronaldo, moved from Portugal at 19 to England, going from playing in his home country to a top league in the world as a winger. So he's not only just playing offense, he's playing defense. He's running through the midfield. He's cutting in, he's cutting out. Like he was everywhere. And like he came in and made a statement and set the tone early and just flourished and just took off. I mean, the man was averaging 50 to 60 goals contributions for several years to the point where
That's wild. Yeah, it's hard to do.
And the only reason why he left Man United was because him and the coach, like the Sir Alex Ferguson, got into it, and he was like, "You can fucking leave. Nobody's bigger than this club." And like the next year, he left for Madrid, and from there he just went crazy.
He's been on a tear. I think he is more so like a Kobe, in my opinion. Play style and numbers.
I mean, I think he's 30. He's 36 now.
He's
About to be 37.
You said he's 39.
Ronaldo's 39.
He's
That's
39.
wild.
So
he was born
he has
February 5th, 1985.
I think he has like 36 goals this year.
That's insane, bro.
At 39. I mean, yeah, granted he's playing in the Saudi league, and that's like playing it's like playing a pickup game at River's Edge. But like it's
Shout out River's Edge.
Yeah, shout out the River's Edge.
Man. Shout out the River's Edge.
Yeah, it's like playing in a beer league with your buddies. But
It's been great to watch him play for sure. Just like watching a Kobe or a LeBron type. Yeah.
Like the
Honestly,
nostalgia of him coming back, like when he, soon as they announced that he was returning to like Manchester United, I bought this jersey. Right, soon as it came out, I waited 2 months for it to come to my house. They told me it was available, and 20 minutes later, they're like, "Hey, sorry, we're sold out. You're gonna have to wait." I waited. I bought my jersey in August. I didn't get it till the end of October.
that's insane.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
But like, that's how crazy it went. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that kind of star
Yeah.
power.
absolutely.
So real quick before we get over to the EuroLeague, do you think he'll come to the MLS to finish out maybe for like a year or two, sell tickets?
No,
I
no,
don't-
he'll never leave Europe.
I think that
Or
Saudi
he's in
Arabia.
Saudi now, but I think he's fine over there.
I think that Saudi move like prevented him from coming to the MLS. I really do. Truly.
Yeah,
That
well,
would be dope to
I think
see,
he
though.
also. I think he didn't mean he didn't come to the MLS too because the whole Messi thing.
True.
But,
True. True.
but they just played. They had a friendly before Messi started, and neither one of them played. They had a preseason game.
They're not
They had a
tripping.
preseason game against Inter Miami, and neither one of them played. So you just imagine all those people that are like, "Oh my God, they're
We didn't
coming to
see
play
them go
Messi."
against
Saying-
each other,
They
yeah.
paid all this
$500
fucking
for a
money to
ticket.
go, and neither one of them. They both sat out.
On purpose. I would have sat out too.
That's ridiculous.
So, EuroLeague will be in Germany. Tournament starts 17th. 17th. So
Yes.
they get 3 days of pool play, right?
Oh no! So it starts. It starts in June 4th. Starts June 14th.
June 14th.
So
June 14th.
yeah. So like right now they're doing like friendly matches.
Correct.
So like this is like where everybody's like making like their stake of like who's gonna win.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously England's the favorite because like every player who's on England's roster is just
Out of this world.
they're yeah. But like they just had games this weekend and they had 3 or 4 players go out with injuries that are part of their defense. So like as of right now,
Yeah.
their defense is a huge issue.
Gotcha.
So like, yeah, they have starlets in the midfield that are like Jude Bellingham, and they have Declan Rice from Arsenal. Bellingham's at Madrid, and then Kobe Minu, who's 18 years old, who's like exploding at Man United. Went from being told a week ago that he didn't make the England team to playing. He played against Liverpool and just showed out against Liverpool. And then the very next game, he again same thing. And it went from being told that he's not good enough for the top team to the coach coming back out and say, "Hey, I made a mistake. You're going to be part of the squad this weekend." And then now he went from 3 days ago being told you'll be a sub to starting his first game at 18, and then he also got player of the game, which is crazy.
Can't
Like
beat that.
it's his composure on the ball. I've never seen a kid who's like surrounded by like premier athletes, and this kid is just smiling, kicking the
Unfazed.
ball. Like
Just
Yes.
unfazed.
composure is through the roof. So their midfield is top tier. Their defense is probably the biggest issue. Their offense. I mean, they got Ollie Watkins. They got obviously Harry Kane has almost 40 goals in the Bundesliga.
Right.
I mean, they got Phil Foden from Man City. Like they got a lot of talent throughout that field. It's crazy that they don't win tournaments. I don't understand it.
So right now I'm looking at these odds. So England's at 22%. France is also at 22%. What separates the two, in your opinion?
France actually just lost on Saturday to Germany, which is like a huge statement because Germany has fucking been horrible
Yeah.
in the last few tournaments. It's same. And so, like, I think they lost 2-0. I mean, and Mbappe even came out and pretty much said, like, we played like shit. I mean, this is his quote. He said, "We played very badly. And of course it's a friendly, but it still gives us indicators that we shouldn't ignore. The leaders failed us on Saturday. We were let down in many aspects, and this is a warning for us, and we have to make a keen response." So, like, if they can't right their wrongs from like what they just did on Saturday, they're gonna go up to this tournament and get smoked like they just did.
Gotcha.
So
This is the
I
first
think
time this tournament has been hosted in Germany and since 2006. That's
2006.
crazy.
Yeah,
Almost
World Cup,
18
yeah.
years.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of movement going on. I mean, they got a lot of big cities that are gonna be part of this.
What is it? Belgium?
Dortmund. Well, no. Yeah, so Belgium's in it, but I mean, like over their cities, I mean, they got Leipzig,
Yeah, Frankfurt.
Dortmund.
Frankfurt.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah, Bayern, Munich is there.
Yeah.
Like they got a shit ton of great cities that are going to be a part of it. But it's like,
that's exciting, man. Like even if you want to travel over there, that'll give you a lot of stuff to do, a lot of places you can visit, and
really
just kind of
would,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little tour for a lot of people. So
Mhm.
if anybody's ever
Yeah.
thinking of
My,
that, you heard it here first.
That
You're
would.
welcome.
That'd be a dope way to
Father-in-law.
backpack too.
my father-in-law travels for work over to Germany. I think once a year.
Nice. Nice.
He should request that. I'll tell him.
Please do. Please do. Hey, father-in-law, please do it. Just listen to him, just one time, please. um. So yeah, pretty much touched on that. I mean, yeah, I would say the biggest thing, man, is again going back to Ronaldo. Like, what kind of impact can he have in the tournament? Like, what can they do? Because I feel like they're young in a lot of
I think
places.
I feel like Ronaldo would honestly just be there to
So,
motivate players more than
coach.
anything. I think he's getting to that point where he's gonna phase out, and like I feel like he's great. I mean, obviously he still performs them when they have friendlies. He's still scoring and he's still defying the odds with his age. And I think that he's still a great player for them. But I feel like it's getting to the point where like they started thinking about like what the hell's happening. I mean, yeah, like next year. So like in the United States for the next two summers, in 2025, 2026, like we got a lot of shit going on. Like we have the FIFA Club World Cup where it's like the best clubs in the world will be a part of a World Cup like that. And then the following year, we actually have the International World Cup. So, like, just like the Euros, but for every country that qualifies pretty much. So, like, I think Ronaldo's going to start seeing where he is. I can see him trying to progress and trying to make one more World Cup, but who knows?
I mean, so like to kind of piggyback off of you, if that happens in 2 years or 3 years, actually 2 years, I'm sorry, I just don't see him being a factor. Like I think
He's
just
41.
he'll be 41. So at that point,
Yeah,
I
you seem to
feel
get
like
smoked by them young kids.
his last good run with his team is going to be this summer. I think.
He's like the LeBron of soccer right now.
True.
Like he's
Yeah,
he's
a Tom
almost
Brady.
40. It's Tom Brady. Yeah. He
Tom
has
Brady.
all the trophies, all the rings. He has everything but a World Cup. And that's the only thing that people will hold above him when it comes to Messi. Messi just won a World Cup.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
tough
tough.
one. That's a
That's
tough
That
one.
is definitely
That's like that's like winning the NBA championship.
knockout.
Yeah. 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 Well, Ronaldo, if you're watching this, we love you, but you getting old, big dog.
Yeah, hey,
Watch the
Ronaldo, bro.
knee.
If you watch this right now,
I'm at the goal. Oh my god! Shout out to Ronaldo.
Yeah, shout out to
yeah,
Ronaldo.
bro.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
Nah, chill.
What the hell?
Chill on Diddy. We don't know what's going on with that. So let's move over to the Premier League. So we have a hell of a
We
race
all
going
know
on.
what's going on with that.
Said
I think we all know what's going on with that.
Yeah, we're not touching on that. That's not that type of platform. So Premier League right now we have Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Pretty much it as far as the race goes. Those are the top three teams. Top three teams. Arsenal is my favorite. Quick story. The only reason why I love Thierry Henry and Arsenal is because of my brother. My brother actually went to he studied abroad twice and he went to London both times. He became a very big Arsenal fan. This was back in like I want to say 2007, probably 2004, and again in 2007. So that is the only reason why I love Arsenal the way I do. I don't follow them every second, every minute, but I do follow them throughout the month and just kind of keep tabs and whatnot. But Thierry Henry was my favorite player back in the day. He still is one of my GOATs. But yeah, that's the reason why I like Arsenal and Thierry Henry. Fun fact. I knew I was gonna hear it.
Get out of here,
They're
bro.
number one right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
were.
We've
They
had
guys are not.
6 consecutive down years. I don't want to hear that. And you know,
Y'all bottled it. Y'all bottled it. I don't want to hear it. Y'all terrible. Y'all had the league. Y'all led the league last year for 100 days. 100 days. 2 games before the season's over with, y'all lost both games and you lost the league.
We didn't, bro. Come on, man. Everybody tank. Everybody tank. Everybody tank.
Dang.
Y'all niggas,
Yeah.
hey, because
Y'all
I'm
give
sure
up.
the whole time y'all were tanking. They were like, last 2 games we got this, and you lost that one.
Hey,
And everybody in that stadium was just sitting there like,
What the hell?
hey, they went in their pockets.
yeah. It's like you wasted all this money to come see this team win this
They went
league.
in y'all
And then the crazy is
pockets.
that they haven't won a league title in 20 years. They haven't really been relevant since they were the Invincibles. So it's like this is
And
that you have this squad to do it,
Mm.
but you're not doing it.
they've got everything. Literally everything. I mean, they've got one of the premier strikers, or actually forwards in the league right now. But
So if I was a betting man, I should bet on Arsenal a lot.
No, don't, because you're gonna bet on them. They're gonna let you down.
yeah, they're inconsistent when it comes to the betting game. But
They're gonna tank.
20 years ago, JB, correct me if I'm wrong, but actually, there's no way that was 20 years ago. If that was 20 years ago, I'll cry. But Thierry Henry left to go
Yeah.
to Arsenal. Was that
Barcelona, yeah.
or
Hey,
Jesus? Barcelona
we
is
can
what
look
I
it up real
meant.
quick. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, I'm almost
I'll look it up for
positive.
you.
Almost positive. No,
Did
that
you say Barcelona?
Barcelona is what I
Barcelona.
meant.
Yeah,
It did sound like you
Thierry
said
Henry.
Barcelona. I was like, what team is that? I
Thierry,
ain't heard of that one.
let's see. Thierry Henry retired from professional football in 2014. When did he leave for Barcelona? It looks like he was
2007.
released. His play fell off the next year and was released by Barcelona in 2010. He then signed for the New York Red Bulls in January 2012. He rejoined Arsenal for 2 months, and then during his MLS offseason, he retired in 2014.
He became the coach for the Red Bulls. When did he go to Barcelona though? I want to say it was 2007 or maybe 6. I could be totally wrong, but I'm almost positive.
He joined Barcelona in 2007.
2000.
Because you had Ronaldinho, you had Messi, a young Messi, and you had middle-aged Thierry Henry. Dog squad.
Yeah, they also I think they had David Villa too.
Yes, they sure did. They
That
sure
sounds like
did.
an all-star team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Arsenal hasn't won a league title since Thierry Henry was on the Invincibles, and that was in the season of 03 and 04, which is 20 years from now.
You got a good point. You got a good point. How do you feel about Manchester City? I know you hate them, but
So this is the tough spot for the title race right now. One, you can have Arsenal win their first one in 20 years, which is what I'm pushing for. Two, you can have Man
So you
City.
do want Arsenal to win?
it
I'd
makes
rather
the
have
most sense
Arsenal
right
win
now.
than these next two. So right now, Manchester City, if they win again, that's 4 titles. That's 4 years in a row they've won the league. That's like us watching the Chiefs continually go to the fucking Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Tired of that shit. Tired of seeing it.
Mhm.
Right?
He's tired of it, Marcus.
It's okay.
And then you have Liverpool. Liverpool, like I am, obviously you see behind me my fucking jersey, my little scarf, whatever. Manchester United, the city is red. Whatever. Fuck Man City. Anywho, we hate Liverpool. Liverpool is like our
Absolutely.
biggest rival.
Absolutely.
We have 20 Premier League titles. If Liverpool wins, that's their 20 Premier League title. So now we don't have that, we get to talk shit because we have more titles than them anymore. So everybody's like, fuck Liverpool, we don't want them to win. So out of the 3 that are going for it, I'd much rather see a team win it for the first time in 20 years than see a 4-peat, than see somebody match up with us.
Fact.
I like that. I
That's
mean,
where
I
I'm
like
at.
it.
That's where I'm at with the Premier
I
League
like
right
it.
now.
to be honest with you, Arsenal, if they can get hot at the right time, man, like they're fine. They're fine.
Hold on, real quick. Let me see what I think there's not very many games left.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I think maybe 8 games.
Trying to see. I think they win it, man.
There's 10 games. There's 10 games left for the teams.
Okay.
Arsenal's remaining schedule.
Hey,
See their
mind y'all.
fixtures. Who they
So
have?
JB is our
So
FIFA analyst, so this is why he's kind of doing his thing.
this Sunday actually is a very big game because they play Man City on Sunday.
They play Man City on Sunday.
Yeah, so it's number 1 versus number 2 on Sunday, and then they play Brighton, which is their like mid-table. Villa is in the top 6 currently, so that's a hard game.
Mhm.
Luton Town, they're the bottom of the table. They're butt cheeks.
Easy dub.
And then they play Bayern, which is part of the Champions League, and then they play Bayern again. They got Wolves. They got Chelsea. Who they play? They play their. It looks like the final game of the season for them will be against Everton. So they don't play Liverpool at all, but they play Man City, the big team. They play Aston Villa, and they also play Tottenham. So that's like a hit and miss if they want to show up for games.
They're gonna lose.
And they also play Man United before, the season's over with too. So the goal for the Premier League is obviously win the league,
Right.
but you want to be in the top 4. Top 4 teams make it to the Champions League. You make Champions League, you get big bucks from your sponsors. So like Man United, we're currently in 6th. If we don't make Champions League, we get fined with Adidas. It's in our contract. If we don't make the Champions League, we have to pay Adidas $100 million.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Wild. So now,
Damn.
they have a new rule. I don't know how new it is, but I know I'm just now hearing about it recently. Where if your country is leading tournaments, so like the Champions League, Europa League, like the Open Cup, whatever the hell it's called, if you have more teams qualified for these tournaments, your country will get a 5th spot for the Champions League. So right now, England is in 3rd. There's I think Germany's number 1 or Spain. Germany and Spain are the top 2 teams, and then England is number 3. So I think there's 2 or 3 like elimination games coming up between tournaments, and England will play German teams and Spanish teams will play German teams. So it's like if we win out our games and those German teams get eliminated, the 5th team, so whoever's in 5th place in the league, will become a Champions League team next year. So like now it's like the top 3 is already locked. Nobody's going to catch those 3. So now the battle is for 4 and 5. That's the big battle right now. So Man United sitting here at
6.
what? They're at 47 points. They're 6 points behind Tottenham. So if we can somehow win out and beat the teams that we have to play, and we get that 5th spot, we'll be Champions League. If Arsenal beats Bayern coming up, if West Ham beats Bayern Leverkusen, like in the Europa League, and if Liverpool wins it out and they win the Europa League too, that's an automatic Champions League spot. But then that becomes a spot for that elimination process.
Banks,
there's a lot of.
I really think that Arsenal may split 2 games. They'll split Bayern. They're still talented, bro. They're still talented.
Well, Bayern right now, they're getting injuries. I mean, Harry Kane, the Sunday before international break, he scored for Bayern. I mean, he's their top scorer. He has like 30-something goals this year. He's like broke records for the Bundesliga. But he's injury prone. He's ankle injuries. He's pretty much me in my prime. Ankle injuries, Don't put me on a basketball court. I rolled my own ankle.
This is true, everybody.
He went down to an ankle injury, so Harry Kane's not even doing any of these international friendlies right now. And then during all these international friendlies, other players have gotten injured. But I mean, Bayern also just lost their goalie too. Their goalie just got injured, so now they're missing their shot stopper, and now they're missing their number 1 goal scorer. And they're about to play Arsenal here soon. I mean, yeah, they have like another week or so for him to recover, but like, how well is he going to be up to fitness levels when it comes time to that?
That's tough.
Like, is he going to be prepared for that? So it's like,
that's a tough.
It's a different beast, man. It's just so. I'm glad that you are on this show because I know very little about soccer. And just listening, and I don't really ever get into those conversations because I can never contribute really. So listening to takes on in different leagues and how they work, it actually does sound a little more interesting to me. So.
You can get lost in the sauce,
It's-
bro. Like
Yeah, it
100%.
definitely. I
There's
can
so
see how
much
it
that
gets
goes
easy.
on.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot to intake, but we do it every day with every other sport. So
Nah, soccer's
Like-
different. Like Q, if I were you, I would get FIFA, any of them, get a free one, and just browse through the leagues, bro. It's nuts.
Yeah, it
Nuts.
is crazy.
Nuts.
I didn't know it was so many
Every-
leagues either until I started betting on games.
yeah,
Had to start doing my
You
research.
got the Italian league, you got the Spanish league, you got the Premier League or the English league. You got all that. Saudi league.
And like every game is crazy because like you don't know, like your team can lose 10 games and you play the number one team in the world, and like
you win.
that's why they call it the beautiful game. It's
Yeah.
like you just come in hot, like shit happens, and like you come out swinging and you win these games. It's like
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
people like it's nuts, like the things that go on in like during like these games, and it's like you never can obviously like there's a favorite and you know like which team's the powerhouse,
hmm
but at the end of the day like you can be on a shit team and come out and win big against like a team out of nowhere and like shock the world. So like it happens
Yeah.
every week.
Right.
It's like March Madness every Saturday and Sunday.
Right. Right.
That's funny.
It's actually kind
Yeah,
of
that's pretty lit.
kind of crazy, but it's fun, man. It's fun. Moving
Best time, yeah.
moving on. 2026 World Cup. First question. Brazil used to be a powerhouse. They still got talent. They're still loaded. But Neymar is absolutely their captain, and he is their leader moving forward. JB, how do you feel about him making that initial push to maybe do a little more and stay healthy and actually lead his team to an actual cup?
So Neymar's their leading scorer
Mhm.
for the entire country.
Mhm.
So like he obviously holds those rights to be the captain. I don't know who else would step in and be that captain
Nobody.
over him. They have a lot of like young generational talent that's coming through.
Mhm.
They just like right now they're in their friendlies this weekend. I mean, they have that new kid Endrick, who actually I think he signed for Madrid, and he joins them in the summer. I can't remember. I gotta look that up. He's either signed with Madrid or he signed with another big club, and he joins them in the summer. But he just debuted for the first time. They actually played England, and he scored against England, and Brazil beat England over the weekend. And then they played another game, and he scored again. So like talent coming up, and like I think he's going to be great for Brazil. His first two games out for the team, and he scored twice. I mean, they obviously have like Vinny Jr. and they have Rodrigo, who's also at Madrid,
Mhm.
and they have Neymar. I mean, Neymar's great. I mean, when he's not hurt, he's
Yeah,
he's
when
unreal.
not
You
hurt,
can't
it's
stop him. He's too fast. And he can stretch the field.
It's not that he's fast. He's just so good with his feet, and his vision is just insane.
You don't think he's
and like
fast?
he can take you on. He's lost it a lot. I mean,
Well,
he's
with the ankle
quick
injuries,
still, but
yeah.
he's quick still, but he's like not. He doesn't have that burst and explosiveness like he used to. I mean, he can cut in and out on you and like leave you looking pretty stupid. But probably on a dead sprint, I don't think he's got what he used to do anymore.
It's unfortunate. I remember he took over in the World Cup, maybe 2000. Not the previous one, the one before the last one. He took over. He actually.
Yeah. That was when he was still at Barcelona.
Straight dog. But honestly, yeah, I don't think they have any other alphas, if you want to call them that, on that team. So I like their chances. Just because, I mean, they got a lot of young talent, like you mentioned before. They got guys, I think, who can step up to the plate. I don't think this moment's gonna be too big for them. Long story short. So
No, they're a team of 11. Like they're not individuals on that field at all, and they all play for each other. They all play for the badge, and I think that it's great that they have a great talent. I mean, the head coach for Madrid, he's been offered the job for Brazil. There's reports that he took it, and then he came out and said he didn't take it, but it's still in the air, and he probably will, but who knows?
yeah.
Anthony over there smiling on his phone, thinking about what he about to do. He's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to get off this call."
I was reading on about the 2026 World Cup and how ass the United States is. That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, Yeah, they are. They're really bad.
Speaking
You said
of
Jamaica.
no, speaking of the United States, I feel
We
as
tied
if
with them
the
because
United
Jamaica scored
States.
for us.
No, I think the United States has
Yeah.
a decent team. Like, I think if they can build off
No.
of their last appearance, bro, think about it. They built off of the last
Did you
appearance.
see? Did you watch that
I don't
game?
want to talk about it. I
Tell
just
them
They
that's what I
were
was reading. Tell them.
I
horrible.
don't want to talk about it.
They were They got scored on in 31 seconds. They played like shit
Damn.
the whole game. Nobody could fucking score. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. And then the last kick of the game was a corner kick, and the Jamaican player literally the ball's you kick the ball, it's coming across the field. The goal's right there. You literally look. He literally turned, looked at his goalie, and was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna knock it in," and literally headed it into his own goal. Sent them into overtime,
Why did he do
and then they
that?
got scored. Bro, I don't fucking know. Everybody's looking at him like, "What are you doing?" Like he headed the ball from the 6-yard box directly into his net. Like turned his whole body towards his goal. Well, didn't even try to get it away. Gave them a point to go to overtime, and then the United States capitalized in overtime and scored 2 really shitty goals because Jamaica was just fed up. I mean, and you got to think they don't really get paid. Jamaica really don't get paid. They're horrible. Like you said, they have the talent. Reyna, and he caused all that controversy on the last one and ended up getting benched. I think he ended up leaving. Christian, fuck him. All right, he came to Cincinnati. We were like while they were doing all the hosts trying to figure out what city they were going to do. They had a Wednesday night game at like 8:30. Motherfuckers got to work in the morning. All right, he came here. There was 32,000 people because they opened up the stands more. 32,000 people came to the game. I was at that game. And he said that there wasn't enough love in Cincinnati for the United States team, and he was upset about that. That was his interview after the game. That was the first thing he said. I didn't feel the love here. I felt like there was more Peru fans cheering than the United States fans. 32. The whole stadium was filled.
Wow.
And then the next day, they came out with the Club World Cup thing, and Cincinnati wasn't picked. So I'm gonna blame his little Hershey chocolate, not liking chocolate ass from Pennsylvania, on us not getting here in Cincinnati. All right.
I can't knock that.
Ever since then, I'm like,
whack.
I agree with you, man. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, he literally came out and said that I didn't feel the love here in Cincinnati. They didn't support us. The away team had more fans than we did, and it's really disheartening for us to be here and listen to this other team getting cheered on and we're not.
That's
And
Yeah,
then we
fuck
didn't
him.
even get, and then we lost the bid.
Yeah, yes.
Interesting. Moving past that, I agree with you. But moving past that, all in all, my personal take, I believe the U.S. can make a decent run. I think if they can build off of what they did in the previous, I think we'll be fine. But we still got 2 more years, so there's time. There's time to get better, but we'll see. We'll see. But
No, the only reason why we're gonna make the World Cup is because we're a host, because we're part of the host countries. As though we didn't make the last one. We weren't in the last one.
you're right.
They didn't qualify. Terrible. We still got the same players. Terrible still. How you still bad? How you worse than 4 years
Terrible.
ago?
I think
Terrible.
Terrible.
I think they'll be fine.
Terrible.
I think they'll be fine.
Terrible.
But
Yeah, good and terrible.
speaking of the U.S.,
Here.
the young talent that we have, I'm looking forward to it. If we can develop them, we got a shot.
Did you just see what Man City just did?
What they do?
They just signed the American Wonder Kid.
Who?
I think he's like 16. Manchester City just signed a 16-year-old
American.
from America. Yeah, I think he's from Philadelphia Union, and he's supposed to be going over to England in June. I think.
We'll see him in 4 years. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So I mean, like,
we'll see him in 7 years.
well, I mean, if he's part of the academy, American Wonder Kid.
I'm intrigued.
What's his name? Yeah, Philadelphia Union 14-year-old academy player Kevin Sullivan to Manchester City. Oh, when he has to wait until he turns 18. So
I like that.
he is signing a contract to go to Man City,
2 years.
but he has to wait 4 years.
Oh, how old is he?
14.
That's insane.
Oh, 14. I thought you said he was 16.
You said he was.
I thought he
16,
was 16 too. I thought he was 16. No, he's 14. Yeah, he's already playing professionally for Philadelphia Union. Like he's already on the field.
That's
wild.
He
insane.
literally he came on the field over the weekend and got the game-winning assist at 14.
That's
Gee.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy. Like when I'm growing up, moving from the East Coast to the Midwest, and like how big it was there versus how little it was here, and just for me growing up, how much it's growing as like a whole, like the United States. Like there wasn't any of that shit. There wasn't academies for kids when I was growing up. Like all the exposure and the internet and all that shit that allows kids to get this platform to like grow and get this vision and get in front of all these teams is insane. So like for like a 14-year-old, I think about Freddie Adu. If you don't remember,
From DC United.
they were like, "This is Mr. America. He's gonna save us."
But
Where's he at now?
But-
Where's he at now?
hey, doing
Crazy.
the same thing we doing.
Probably
He
in his basement.
he was awful. He was awful, bro. He was awful. So yeah, but I like Gio. I like Gio coming up. I know he's still young, but hopefully, man, we can kind of coach him up a little bit and develop him and turn him into something that he could be.
For Gio, all I hear is that he's toxic in the locker room and he's a fucking lazy worker, and he thinks he's better than everybody, and it's probably because his dad was a great player.
It's gotta be. If he can eliminate that, man, and just put up or shut up at this point. Like, if you gonna act like that, bro, you better be the best person, like, from a stats perspective.
I mean, because he don't play for Dortmund. Dortmund benched him, and then they pretty much told me he could leave.
He ain't got nowhere to go.
Soccer's ruthless, man.
I mean, bro,
Fam.
what have you done for me lately? That's what soccer is.
Yeah.
What can you do for me on a consistent basis? If you can't do nothing, I can go find a kid that's 16 years old and sign him. I don't need you.
Mm-hmm. That's what they have academy players for.
Yep. That's sad.
They bring
man.
up these 15, 16-year-old kids from
kids-
academy and sign pro contracts.
That's
These
sad.
kids these
That's
days are they just keep getting younger and younger with the like skill level that they
It's
have
Yeah.
so fast.
They got
Early
kids
in
making $150,000 a week to fucking kick a ball. It's nuts.
Q. My thing is, it's the access, man. Like what we had access to back then, these kids got it 10 times more. Like it's
life.
crazy.
It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference.
Just thinking about it, man. If we had the access in the social media that we did back then, we all be doing something right now. All of us.
Yeah, if I could go back and play some more sports than basketball or football, I definitely would play soccer, baseball. I probably
All
would
of
try
it.
golf too.
All of it. All of it. Only thing you can do is try and get better. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Right.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of settles it for the World Cup. Hopefully, we see United States national team do a lot better than they have in the past, and hopefully we can turn that leaf. And because the women, they're on fire. They're on fire. They're consistent every year. Granted, we've had 2 bad outings in the World Cup, but they are who I root for. Because the men are
I'm just
trash.
glad Rapinoe ass gone.
Naturally.
Oh, bro.
Tired of Rapinoe.
I was tired of Rapinoe too. She was just there to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last thing we can
I'm
cover.
going to see Sydney old ass back in there. Sydney LaRue.
Nobody wants to see her. She can't ball no more. She too old.
She's too old.
Give me Alex Morgan and Kristen Press.
So we will discuss FC for our last segment. MLS, but realistically, I only care about FC Cincinnati personally. So I don't know how we're doing this year. I know we've had a couple good showings. Do you have any stats up, JB or Quincy?
The FC Cincinnati is currently the number 1 team in the MLS. They have not lost a game. They have 11 points. I think the MLS doesn't start until March.
Correct.
So they're literally at the beginning of their season.
Correct.
They could have won it last year, but
Yeah.
they
Columbus
retired.
Crew.
They should have. Columbus wanted it more. They retired as hell. They should have
That's so
subbed players.
Frustrating.
I think Acosta screwed them. That dude was cramping. It couldn't run. and you literally heard the coach on the TV say, "Hey, are you okay? You're cramping. Do you need to come out?" And he said, "No, I got this. I'm going to stay in." And then he did some stupid fucking flick pass over his head, got a turnover, and then Columbus ran on the field and they scored off that shit because he was cramping, and then Barista, whatever the hell his name is, the left back, both of them on the left side of the field, cramped together. Neither one of them can run. Columbus just ran on the field. Nobody stopping them and scored.
That's a tough one.
They screwed themselves. They screwed themselves. And I said it too. I said whoever wins this game is going to go ahead and win the whole thing. And Columbus
Were we
went
at
on to win.
were we at the pitch watching that game, or did you and Dave go to that game?
I think I was down at the lake.
Oh, okay.
I thought y'all all went to the pitch and watched it. Could be wrong, but what do I know?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
It's true.
So
True.
I'm surprised I remember all these stats and what we're talking about. I don't remember the hell I ate.
Hey, man. It means a lot
When
to
you're
you.
passionate, you're passionate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, fellas,
Like as soon as I get done, I'm about to go play some pro clubs. Okay, I got my remote ready.
I love it. I
Join
love
that
it.
tournament?
No, I'm just doing some little drop-ins.
No, that tournament I sent you.
Oh,
Jake's
maybe.
house for a tournament I sent you for 500 cash.
Yeah, is it on PS5 or Xbox? They didn't really tell.
Oh, I don't know. Probably, but that's a good question.
That is a good question. It
Hey.
matters.
How they want it.
It'll
How they want
be at Velocity, and they got both.
How they want it.
Ooh. Hey, I'm gonna be honest
Velocity
with you.
Sports.
I think we're gonna bring LaRue's room in there, man. We're gonna stream it. We're gonna do a live show. And we're just gonna watch JB just kick everybody's butt. That's what we're gonna
Everybody
do.
else.
I got about 800 games played on Ultimate Team. I got 30 games played on Seasons. I haven't lost a game in Seasons yet.
That's insane.
Who won it?
I don't want it.
I
I don't want it. Well, fellas,
I'm gonna have to practice for a little bit.
so that is
You have to practice the rest of your life.
that is a wrap, y'all. That is a wrap. We're gonna let everybody go. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hey, hit that share button. Go share with your family. Go share with your homies. Go share with your mama, your daddy, everybody. Everybody.
DJ Hope on the ones and twos. Yeah, yeah, yeah.